So there is start with e4. I'm gonna go for the Caro-Kann, push the pawn on c6. Okay, so I don't even know my rating here, but I think I am around 500. So I got this account, a new account, just for this Slowrun. I'm gonna push d5, condense the bishop. Oh, this is a bad move. Yeah, here you don't really wanna put the bishop on this square as it is blocking this other bishop, right? You wanna develop your pieces first. So this is terrible. Now we have different options here. You don't wanna help the opponent by taking this pawn. Now they can take. Instead, I'm gonna develop my knight. And we're gonna go for something really. So he's gonna be tempted to push the pawn. Oh, he doesn't even do that. I think we can even win the pawn. This is just a free pawn. So we're attacking the pawn twice. And it's just a free pawn. Okay, I'm gonna go here. I'm forking the two pieces. And he takes, so I can take back. And he just lost the bishop. Yeah, this is really unfortunate because there is not much education to this. But, okay, I'm gonna develop my bishop. Now, how do we conclude this game? What you want to do when you are up in material, I'm gonna play safe here. Don't try to do anything fancy. My knight is being attacked. So I can go here, for example, but that is a bad move, as it can be hit by other pawn, for example. So I will go with the safest move possible, just retreating my knight. And here what you want to do is trade all pieces. Just try to trade all pieces, force the trade. And then as we have an extra piece, this should be winning. This should be winning. And this is an example of another bad move where they still have to develop the bishop. Any of those two squares are good, but now they're gonna move the knight again. Yeah, I don't see the idea behind it. So instead, now I can counter this knight move with my own knight. If he takes, I take, and I am happy. I'm happy because I'm winning, and he wants to trade more pieces. Okay, he's doing something. I think this is a good move. He's playing f4, protecting his knight. But here, we don't really have to think too much about it. I can even trade this knight. Right, that's one option. And every time you look for, you see a good move. This is a good move, just trading, right? I'm gonna look for a better move to see if there is something else. I actually don't see anything immediate. Probably I can give a check here. The king will have to move. And maybe I can attack the two knights with my bishop. So I guess I'm gonna go for that. He develops the bishop and also attacks, right? I'm attacking and developing. Excellent ideas. So now I have this in mind. Let me see if there is something better. Think for a second. No, I still like this idea, so I'm gonna go for that. Even though my bishop is powerful here, in an equal game, maybe I wouldn't trade this bishop. But here, just to show you the concept, I wanna trade all pieces as I'm winning. Just my camera. Okay, so here I can get rid of the knight. Once the pawn takes, I can take back with the knight. Yeah, he has nothing in this position. And wait a second, even better, what would you take with the knight? Or with the bishop? Yeah, I always want to keep the bishops alive, so instead I'm gonna take with the knight. I'm gonna take with the knight, the pawn will take, and now I take with the bishop. Yeah, at higher levels, having the bishop pair is such an advantage. And at lower levels, that can also help you a lot too. So I'm gonna have the two bishops. Okay, he moves the knight. What is the move? What is the idea behind this move? Also, what you want to ask is what was this job? What was this knight doing? It was doing a job, right? So I'm thinking maybe I can go here and hit this pawn twice, but he can push the pawn, right? He can push it. Oh, but actually, if he pushes, that would be good, right? So, uh, is there something else? I guess his idea is to go d5. Yeah, I think he wants to go d5. So if I put my queen here on b6, pushes the pawn, I have to move my bishop. Okay, that was actually really good. If that is the idea, that's really good. I don't know what to do in this one. I mean, I can always play bishop d5. He takes, and I take. I'm happy, and I think I'm gonna do that. On second thought, I'm hesitating about that because bishop d4, then he can play c3, and where do I put my bishop? So I don't love it. Hey, how's it going? Danny Grove. Um, I don't know. I'm just gonna castle. When you don't know exactly what to do, maybe we can just get our kings to safety. And I guess he's going for this idea: c3 and d4 next. So yeah, I'm gonna develop my queen. Everything is winning in this position. And I don't even have to move my bishop here. I can put my rook on the open file. So I can put my rook on the open file. If he takes, I take his queen. Okay. Now I can just trade pieces. We're winning. It's gonna take back. Everything is good. Probably now I can challenge this pawn structure. So I'm gonna push the pawn. c5. Okay. This move doesn't do anything. I'm just gonna take the pawn. He takes. I can try to trade queens. That's one move. I can also get an outpost. Like I said before, everything is winning here. I can also hit his queen, but I see no reason to make an extra move. So I'm gonna simplify the position and trade queens. I'm gonna remove this. Okay, he doesn't wanna go for that. And I can actually take this pawn. And I'm targeting this pawn on d5. Whoa, I didn't see the sacrifice. That's interesting. So, but I don't see how this helps him. I can just take with the bishop. Yeah, anytime somebody sacrifices, I will think twice. What is the idea here? I can even take with the pawn. And I don't think that really hurts anything. So I'm gonna take here with the bishop. Probably don't really want to ruin my pawn structure. So I'm gonna take here. This definitely surprised me. I don't know what my opponent saw. And now I'm gonna put my bishop. I have to rush up a little bit because I'm low on time, but I'm gonna put my bishop on the long diagonal. I'm threatening to checkmate. This is mating one if he doesn't defend. Mm. Mm. Okay. Oh, he blunder. Yeah, unfortunately he blunder mating one. I think he's thinking about attacking the rooks, but this is mating one. Okay. So I can do a quick game review just to see if there was any opportunities missed in this. Yeah, the opponent blundered one piece from the start, so there wasn't much education there. Not much to learn, but okay, maybe we can still revise. And probably I missed something. Yeah, in that moment of decision where you are winning and you don't know exactly how to capitalize the position, I had a bit of a struggle there where I don't know why he was rerouting his knight. So okay, yeah, he blundered this fork, and yeah, he takes, and now yeah, this is completely winning. Yeah, you don't want to start the game like this. So if you're developing your pieces, okay, this is still bad, slightly bad for white. Sorry, here. So you can take the pawn if you're white. Then I take, and they retreat the bishop. That will be completely fine. So it's still playable. It's slightly worse for white, but it's not losing. Now, yeah, he blundered this game. There is no highlights here except this. And let me go over to the move. I'm gonna skip ahead. Give me a second. A second here. Bishop d4. Okay, yeah, this is an inaccuracy, and I could have played. Okay, castling was fine. So everything I played was okay. And this isn't even the best move. Rook d8. But yeah, he can never take. He can never take here. I can take his queen. So that's what I wanted to show you. Okay, let's move on to the next game. And play another slow game. So we're gonna play with white. I'm gonna play my favorite opening. c4. c4, I'm fighting for the center. The English. Okay, we get e5. Now I can develop my knights. Any knights is fine. So I'm actually going to develop this knight. In the pursuit, provoking him to play this move, e4. He doesn't play it. Okay. Now I can play the other knight here. And I have a lot of flexibility. I like to start early on with this move, d4. d4, it forces black to make a decision. So they can take the pawn here, or they can also push the pawn. Okay, that's good. They can develop the other knight. I can also grab more space. There is many options here. I can develop my bishop. So this all depends on the structure you want to play. And everything is good as long as you don't have anything. And I'm actually going to develop the bishop. I can do this because his bishop cannot be developed. So if yeah, I don't have to keep an eye on this knight, right? So that's why I'm gonna go here, bishop g5. He's gonna play something slow. He has to play this slow. Okay, now I can go e6, e3, sorry, e3, protecting my pawn in the center. And here we should be expecting, okay, yeah, he trades the pawn. So I'm just gonna take back. And we should be expecting something like bishop g4. That's good. I'm just gonna check the live stream tab. Okay, I think it's all good. Oh, error, more than one ingesting. Oh boy, I think there is something. Well, maybe I can check that later. I will concentrate. Probably you can rewatch this, even if it's not live. So, okay, I'm gonna go back. They're hitting my bishop. I'm gonna go back. Easy. Here, these lines where you trade. But I always like to keep these the bishops alive. There is some error here. I don't know. Okay, he's moving the knight. And he's killing my bishop. But I can simply move my bishop. I'm gonna move it back. And now this knight is a little bit strange. I can also hit it with h3. By the way, I'm wearing some glasses today that are bigger. I think they're too big for my face. But okay, it's fine. Okay, he moved the knight. Yeah, these two knights are not really doing anything because they don't have any coordination with other pieces. If the bishops were more in the game, let's say this bishop was here, maybe he can threaten something. So I don't see the point. Well, we have to avoid this bishop coming to f5. So I'm gonna kick the bishop right away, not allow him anything. Yeah, I guess his idea is to go bishop f5. But now, yeah, he just has to go back. And now I will develop my bishop, safe, and then castle. This is the problem with lower level rated players that want to win the game in 3 moves. Well, chess is not that easy. Otherwise, it would be like anybody can play chess and be a grandmaster. 3 moves and I win. Now you have to be really patient. At least that's my style. Like you are more patient. See what are the threats, what are the ideas. It doesn't have to be like you are slow in your play or slow in your mind, but you are patient. I'm thinking about this move later, d5. d5 looks attractive. Oh, he beat me to the punch. But I think that blunders the pawn. Because I can take twice. He can only take once. So I actually don't see the continuation to this. I can take with the pawn, of course. But I will double up my pawns, right? There is also pros to this. Because now he has to move the knight. However, I want to take with the knight. I just want to take with the knight. I don't ruin my pawn structure. Just as an intuition. I don't want to ruin my pawn structure, and I have an excellent move here. Now I have coordination of my pieces, right? I am coordinating my knight with the bishop. I can give a check, or I can just win the pawn. He's gonna have to do something ugly. Probably he's gonna have to do something like bishop d6. Bishop d6, maybe trying to trade bishops. Is there other move for black? I think he has to do that. Oh, my nose is itchy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now black, you can tell, right? You can tell that black has problems. We can tell because he's not castle, as opposed to my king that is safe. Now, this pawn is hanging, so he has to defend. And I don't even have to take here. Oh, okay, that's good. So the question here is, do you trade? Do you trade your 2 pieces for the rook? No, you don't want to trade. The rook is bad. And my knight is amazing. My bishop is amazing. You don't trade. You wait. You don't want to trade. You have a bunch of different ideas. For example, I'm going to put my rook on the open file. I'm going to put my rook on the open file and attack the king. So now he has to castle. It's like one of those times where your nose is itchy, but you don't want to scratch your nose. Yeah. Yeah, I have been sick this week. A little bit sick. Okay. He moves the knight. Now you have to ask yourself, well, is this an important move? Does this change the nature of the position? I think I can even take here. I can take the bishop. And I'm gonna go for... This is not really a trick, but it's a tactic. So I'm gonna go here. And if he takes with the queen, I move my bishop, attacking the queen. Really simple. Yeah, this is losing for black, unfortunately. So I can move my bishop here. I can also move my bishop there. Bishop d3. Bishop d3, I'm attacking the bishop. And I'm attacking the queen. So I'm gonna go here. Give me a second. Takes, queen takes. Okay, yeah, I think this is fine. I was just making sure I don't hand my bishop. Okay, he goes back. But now I can attack the bishop. That was a good instinct. It was a good, very good instinct. It's like, oh no, my queen is in trouble. So I'm gonna defend with my bishop. Yeah, but I have d5. I can push the pawn. And I think I missed something. Probably I missed this move. Yeah, this knight is weird. But okay, we're gonna analyze this later with the computer to see what was the best move. Okay, yeah, he accepts that he's losing the bishop. So I'm gonna take. And he cannot take back. He's just ruined his pawn structure even more. This is terrible for black. Now I have to now I'm gonna make something simple move. Make this simple move, just kicking out the knight. I was thinking, oh, what do? I don't even have to think at this point. I can just, yeah, I can keep improving my pieces slowly. So every move changes what the position requires you to do, right? So what I'm going to do here, he didn't realize I have this tactic. He also has this move. But nothing, no, nothing will happen. If he moves here, I can just take, right? I was thinking about that. By the way, my pawn is hanging, so he could have taken the pawn. Yeah, yeah, now I just take the rook, and I'm going to move my queen. And I move my queen, so I am protecting the pawn twice. This pawn is also hanging. This pawn is hanging. Everything is hanging. Okay, I'm gonna go after the pawn. Oh, but actually that blunders. So yeah, we have to have some tactical awareness here. If I take the pawn, then he is gonna hit the rook and the queen. So we cannot do that. I'm gonna... Okay, I'm gonna do something else. Uh, Perhaps I can take this pawn. This pawn is hanging. I don't see anything wrong with that move. Okay, now I can just go back. I was thinking of preventing this move here. Well, I don't really mind if he takes my bishop. I don't mind. It's protected by my rook. Okay, now I can trade. It's gonna take back, and now this pawn is free. I'm gonna bring my other rook into the game. Okay, yeah, he's attacking my rook. No problem after rook e1. They're protecting each other. And I think this at this point, probably not the best move, but I can give up. Wait. That looks like he's losing. I think that's losing the knight. I can give a check here with the bishop. And now this knight is hanging. I always look for this element of the pieces. My rook is protecting the bishop. And now he has to move. And I don't even have to take. I can instead win the queen. Making sure that he doesn't have any tactics or any crazy weird moves. But I don't see anything, so I'm gonna win his queen. So this is coming next. Cannot move the queen. I'm gonna pre-move here. He has to take. Oh boy. Okay, I think he's gonna let the clock run without making a... Oh wait, he made a move. That's a good instinct. He's targeting the pawn, but I'm just gonna take here. And after he takes, now I win the knight. So forcing moves always. You want to trade the rook. Yeah, he's gonna run out of time. I'm about to flag him. Okay, we still play the same plan. I'm gonna go there. This is kind of the only move in the position, the only move to defend the king. So I'm also attacking this diagonal, right? I'm attacking these two diagonals, these two lines. And I was thinking, okay, I'm just gonna try it here. Probably there was something better. I'm gonna go here, threaten to... Yeah, I guess at this point, he should resign, but I wouldn't resign if I am playing black. You don't know if your opponent has good technique or not. So it's perfectly okay. I'm gonna play this. This is checkmate. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick review here and see if I missed anything. Probably I did. He wants to play the rematch. But I don't think they even allow me to do a rematch in this new account. Probably I don't know. Okay, so there was a little bit better. There was more more lessons to be learned from this. And bishop g5, according to my own calculations, that was fine. But the computer is saying this was an inaccuracy. I'm supposed to push the pawn instead. I'm supposed to push d5 instead. And now he has to retreat the knight. Okay, it's fine. It's fine because we're learning principal chess. But objectively, this was not the best move. Bishop g5. Now we just continue developing pieces. Just gonna go back. The computer is saying this is a fine move, developing the knight. But I wouldn't recommend jumping in, moving your piece twice. Instead, you can castle. Here you can just castle. You are 500, you castle. It's the same thing here. What is the idea behind knight to b4? There is no good... If your bishop was here, yeah, probably you can play bishop knight to b4. Now you're threatening something. But alone, this move doesn't make any sense. And I think I probably missed a tactic here. Oh no, okay. It was fine. It was a miss, but the miss was to kick out the other knight on the other side of the board. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, these blunders. Yeah, this is a clear blunder of the pawn, and it's better if I take with the knight. He understands I have to develop this pawn. Okay. Knight to f5 again. What is the idea behind it? I think probably I missed again this one. Oh no, it's good. It's good. Everything is fine here. Okay. Yeah, I actually didn't miss anything else, anything important. So okay, I think the analysis was fine. And then again, this blunders the knight. This blunders the knight. Yeah, that was bad. Okay. So let's carry on with another game. And I will wrap it up after this. Okay, so I'm gonna play d4 this time. D4, and here we can play different setups. I'm gonna go for the Queen's Gambit. It's been a while since I don't play it, so I hope I remember all the ideas. Here they accept the Gambit. Okay, so we have different ideas to win the pawn back. I'm gonna try to win the pawn back by playing e3, so I can take the pawn. We can also play e4, by the way. Okay. So he's launching b5. If I'm not mistaken, I can challenge the pawn structure here. There is other move I can make. Knight b3, for example, is also fine. And I can always go for something cheeky, but maybe this move is safe for later. Queen f3. Now I'm hitting this. So I'm gonna try to challenge the pawn structure. I think this is fine. I actually don't remember all the theory, because there is a little bit of theory involved. But I think this is good. black, what is happening with black is they're overextending the pawns. So here I'm gonna take the pawn. Once he takes, I think now it's safe to play this move. Queen f3, where I'm targeting the rook. I'm gonna go here, targeting the rook. And now he has to think, and he's already in trouble, right? He overextended his pawns. Don't overextend your pawns unless you know absolutely what to do. And I don't even remember. I don't remember exactly the theory. I am a normal player, right? I'm just applying some logic here. Well, I have seen this move before, so you have to know it probably. But yeah, now he's like, oh boy. He develops the knight, he's losing it. He develops the bishop, he loses the bishop too. So he probably has to do something more drastic. He's gonna have to accept defeat or something. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. So, boy. Okay, wait. Can you hear me? Oh boy. Yeah, we can play Nemesis. It's like name for Isis. Yeah, we can play. Oh, okay, he's gonna lose the rook. My ID is in this account, Adult Improver. I can show you now. I can also. It's Adult Improver 1. That's my ID. So he's gonna lose the rook. I'm gonna take. And he wants to trade queens. I'm happy to trade queens. Oh, I didn't know the sound was low. Oh boy. I can probably fix that in the post, in the edit, but okay. Let me change my sound for a second. Sound input. Yeah, he's completely winning because he went for a line that he didn't know. So if you don't know the line, don't play it. That's just my general advice, but if you don't understand the opening, probably wait, microphone input. What is the input sound? Input sound. Oh my god, it was the microphone of the camera. Okay, now it should be better. Yeah, I was using the microphone of the camera, not my microphone. That's why it probably was really crappy. Okay, the volume should be a lot better now. Oh my god. I guess that's what happens when you first stream or do something. Okay, I'm gonna develop my knight. And here, I will just keep an eye on the knight. Okay. I'm gonna castle, get your king to safety. And here, I'm winning. I'm completely winning from the start. What I wanna do is trade all pieces. Trade all pieces possible. E4 will be a thematic idea. Just cutting off the diagonal of this king, of this bishop, not the king. But now I cannot play it anymore. I'm burping. I cannot play it anymore because he can take my knight. The knight is defending this square, right? So I'm gonna protect my knight here. It's really simple. I have an interesting tactic here, which I have to calculate. So probably I can take this pawn. And if he takes my bishop, I can take here, I can give a check here and win the bishop. I think that works. Give me a second. The knight takes on b5. Knight takes on b5. The other variation is he takes back. I just take the bishop. Takes, fork, and then the king goes here maybe, or here, doesn't matter. Now I win the bishop. Yeah, I want to make make it as concrete as possible. I can play something else. I can play anything else. Like, for example, moving a rook. But the most concrete example, the most concrete move will be knight takes on b5. Right? I think as a general rule, he doesn't have anything else to attack except the pawn. But okay, the pawn is not very important. Okay, he takes and I take his bishop. It was an equal trade, right? Actually, I won the pawn, so it's not an equal trade. I won the pawn and I won the bishop. So now he's in trouble. I can just move the bishop, defend the pawn also. He cannot even castle. I'm sorry I ignored you. But yeah, we can play. Okay. This is interesting. Maybe we can rewrite the knight. I also want to target these 3 pieces, but I don't know. Like, there is nothing immediate. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna play rook c1, putting the rook on the semi-open file. Okay. Here we can ignore it. But just to be safe, I'm gonna move the pawn here. I mean, there is no risk, really. What is the idea here? Maybe he wants to bring the rook? I don't understand. Okay. I'm gonna move my knight. I'm simply gonna move my knight, making a discover attack on this rook. Perfect. He wants to target, I guess his idea is to target the bishop, this pawn with the bishop and the rook. And what I will do next is, okay, I'm gonna put my bishop on this diagonal. Right? Probably he's thinking about sacrificing this knight. So this bishop protects everything. It's not a bad idea. It's a good fighting idea. Rerunning the rook, trying to go for some counterplay. Pushing the pawn. What is this? Here, maybe we can push the pawn. That looks good. I can also put my knight here, though. That looks a little bit more active. I'm hitting the rook. Maybe I can threaten to give a check here. So this looks like a winning idea. I'm going to go for that. Now the question is, where do you put your rook? And this is a threat as well. Oh, okay. He is moving the rook, but I think he forgot how the knight moves. I can win the rook, threatening, and giving a check to everything. So, yeah, he resigned. There's nothing to be done in this position. And I'm gonna go back here. Maybe we can analyze the game. But before... Yeah, many players, many people, YouTubers you're gonna come across don't study openings. I'm gonna say the opposite. Do study openings. Even though I haven't really played this line, I had seen this move before, and I know what happens in this Queen's Gambit decline. Accepted. Where, okay, he's taking my pawn. I'm just gonna push e3. He keeps pushing the pawn to defend it, to defend the c4 pawn. Okay, I will contest it. Right, normal. And here, you can make different moves with black. For example, you can develop the knight. You can push e6. I don't even know exactly the 30. We can check now, but now I have this move, queen f3. So my advice is do study openings. He's going for this line. He's going for the Queen's Gambit accepted. And yeah, he should be more aware of these lines because he's losing from move 3 or 4. So I'm gonna analyze this. This is a book, move b5. Okay, instead he can push b4. Okay. And he takes, no, yeah, as I was saying, best move e6. You cannot take this pawn. He has to develop, he has to play e6 to develop the bishop later. Okay, queen f3 is completely winning. And yeah, the rest was almost history. Queen b6, queen b7. Yeah, here you want to trade queens, you want to get rid of material, and actually miss the move, which I didn't see, and my computer is freezing. Yeah, I can take just the rook. I can take the pawn with the rook. Sorry, I can play rook a7, and the game continues. Right? I didn't see that, but I was happy to just trade all pieces, and I actually missed this as well. But it doesn't matter, right? At this point, everything is winning. And yeah, we can just castle, get the king to safety, protect pieces. It's all right. Okay, there's somebody here who wants to play again, but probably he's gone. And I don't know. Okay, I will say goodbye, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day. Take care.